So in a lot of my corset videos, I get a very common question about what is the right shape for my body, like figuring it out and all of that. Today, I wanted to touch on the most common problematic body type, which is the apple-shaped body type. Now, I say problematic because people with this body type tend to have the most anxiety when it comes to wearing a corset. They kind of get it in their head that their body type it's not right for this style of dress. Wrong. So first and foremost, the most important thing when it comes to getting a corset for somebody with an apple body type is long line corsets. In a previous body positive video, I explained that corsets work by displacing soft tissue. Obviously, displacing does not mean eliminating. So when you squeeze, that all has to go somewhere. And people with apple-shaped bodies are most concerned about that part because they're very afraid of muffin topping. That's where a long line corset comes into play. Specifically, you want to look at long line corsets that have a wider hip shape. This allows you to compress the waist to push that soft tissue down, but with that wider hip flare that allows it to gradually move into the hips, rather than a sharp edge that's right at your upper hips, which will cause the muffin topping and the undesirable aesthetics. A wider hipped long line corset will allow that gradual change. So if you have an apple body shape and you're looking to get into corset wearing, you want to look for long line corsets with a wide hip shape, preferably ones that have hip ties in them. Those are little ribbons that go along the hip that can be untied and loosened and allow for a wider range of adjustability on the hips specifically. Most importantly, take this advice with a grain of salt. Not all corset makers follow the same guidelines and rules when making their corsets. They all kind of have their own ratios, their own sizes, their own measurements. So no two corset makers will make the same corset in the same style or measurement or any of that. If possible, and this is usually possible for most decent brands, look into emailing them and emailing their customer service. And usually they will work with you to help get your measurements and figure out which of the corsets that they sell is a proper fit for you.